should make for a very picturesque launch if I can provide you guys with some clear skies. So the good news is that with it being still dark near the surface, the sun will be coming up aloft, so we expect some very picturesque images to come out of Friday morning's launch. Saturday morning, I think it's a little bit earlier, if I'm not mistaken, it's around 6:15, correct? That might be a little bit too early to give us those picturesque images that we might be seeing Friday morning. So happy to be a part of the team, and thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Will, and thank you to each of our panel members. We do want to open it up for questions. We have several reporters on the phone, but we're going to start here in the room. So just a reminder to please raise your hand if you have a question. We have a microphone. Just wait for that to come to you, and then state your name and affiliation and to whom you are directing your question. So we'll start in the corner with Marcia.
Marcia Dunn, Associated Press, and if Kathy and John Mulholland could both answer. We really now seem to be on the cusp of launching people into space again from here. And do you feel an excitement building among your teams? I mean, it must be an emotional moment right now. And could you touch upon the significance of what you're about to do once crews start launching again from here?
You go first, then I'll go.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's incredibly inspirational. The team is really excited. I think it really peaked with the successful pad abort test about a month ago, and having the pad abort test rolling right into the final preparations of this spacecraft, looking at the significant progress we've made on the spacecraft build for crewed flight test. Getting through the vast majority of all of the design verification work. So the team really has this huge sense of accomplishment, well earned, and is really ready. They've worked through pad abort, and that went well. They're really ready for a good uncrewed flight test. And then the first part of next year, if things go well on the uncrewed flight test, we'll be ready to go fly a crewed flight. Kathy?
Yeah, I mean, we have parts of our team that have been working to kind of put the pieces together to get to this mission over the last 6-7 years, right? And huge accomplishment. I don't think sometimes when we're kind of in the midst of doing all the work, you don't step back and look at what you've accomplished. And when people see now the vehicles out there, the integrated vehicle on the pad, then it becomes real. It really becomes real. All those discussions, all that hard work, all that verification, all that, working through the analysis and making sure I's are dotted and T's are crossed is there in a closed out vehicle ready to go fly. And so, and within NASA, we tend to get through our flight readiness reviews, and it's almost like that's a huge accomplishment. But the reason us getting through that last week was that is the hurdle for us to then be able to go work through this and move into our missions. And our team sees this as a real step towards getting to our crewed flights. A huge ton of work, and we're really looking forward to the mission. And honestly, really looking forward to this great partnership that we've had with Boeing and ULA getting this mission done.
All right, just behind Marcia.
Hi, Bill Horowitz, CBS News. For John Elbon, can you talk to us a little bit about the aeroskirt and what would happen to the rocket if you didn't have the aeroskirt is one question. And for Joel, can you update us on the status of negotiations on Soyuz seats, additional Soyuz seats?
Yes, I'll take the first question. So as we worked through the wind tunnel testing early in development, we learned that without the aeroskirt, the shock waves attached near the base of the Centaur and created quite a bit of aeroacoustics noise there. And so the environments that existed were beyond what the hardware was qualified for. So by adding the aeroskirt, it smoothed that flow, and the waves that come off of the front of the rocket reattach below the Centaur. In that way, we don't get that acoustics noise, and we're in good shape. So that was the reason to put the aeroskirt on.
Is there a margin you've got it built into that for or how much above the loads you expect that you can handle?
Yeah, so the avionics are qualified to certain environments, and we just need to make sure that the aerodynamics and the aero effects are such that those environments are enveloped by the qual testing that we've done. We're in good shape there.
Okay. On Soyuz seats, so as you're aware, we have had some fact-finding discussions with Roscosmos on some additional Soyuz seats. You know, when you have a new program coming on board, like the Commercial Crew Program, it makes sense to make sure we are looking at everything, working out the steps, and not putting anybody in the position where they feel rushed. And from an ISS program standpoint, it makes sense, and we are looking at the 2 additional Soyuz seats. Right now, we have the Soyuz seat, the last